Hello there everyone, it's Ate Mefi, and today we are going to be talking about old anime and old manga and all that here in the second episode of Rattler Talks. Now, if I sound a bit formal or, staticky, what do you call it? Like, I feel like I know the direction in which what type of words or what I am going to be talking about. That's because I have recorded this a couple of times. I've deleted them. I said I wasn't gonna edit it, and technically that's still true, but that just means I have to delete the entire recording and start all over again. So yeah, I'm really stressing over it. I apologize for the mic popping and the disgusting audio sounds you hear. I can't control it because I'm literally just recording with my phone. I don't have any money to spare to buy like an iPhone microphone. So yeah, you're just gonna have to bear with me. This is why I edit. Okay, this is why I cut things off. This is why I have a script so that I can cut off and just restart from my original point without the ugly audio that you hear from lower end. I really want to produce at least, it's not the best quality, but at least it's decent quality. But I can't try as I might. I can't do much because I'm not a audio mixer. I don't know that stuff. I will do my best to try to muffle my voice whenever I feel like I'm gonna let out a puff of voice that will result in that ugly audio is what I call it. But I won't be able to prevent it, especially if I get too hyped in what I'm talking about. Anyway, we're getting a bit long in the introduction, so I just want to also add that if I slip into my native dialect, which is Bisaya or Cebuano, I do apologize. In the future, I will try my best to transcript or add subtitles, or you just ask me in the comments and timestamp specifically what I said. Like 1 point. What the fuck was that? What the hell made that noise? Was it a rat? Oh my god, something made a noise in the ceiling. What is this? Okay, anyway. Jumpscare, haunted house, wannabe. Oh my god. If you guys hear that, like, little walking on the ceiling shit, I'm so sorry, but I'm not gonna find out what the hell that is. I think it's just a rat or whatever, but I think that's either from the second floor or from the third floor, but whatever. If you guys can't hear it when I add background music, that's all the more gonna make me sound crazy, but hey, it is what it is. Oh god, that scared me. What is I gonna say? Oh yeah. Just for example, 7:52 minutes in, I say a word in Bisaya and you don't know what it is, just type 7:52, hey, what does this mean? And I will try my best to explain it as briefly as I can, because I have a tendency to ramble in written replies. I like very sentence replies. Why did I take so long to think about it? You know what I mean? Like a period, etc., etc. No run-ons for me. I like to be sort of semi-formal, I guess you could say. I don't really know, what's the term for that. But yeah. Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about animes that should get remade. I had this idea when I saw on my Anime Planet account of Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Katekyo Hitman Reborn, or I don't know the English, so I'm just gonna keep saying Katekyo Hitman Reborn. It's a very old anime. It's one of the first animes that I read Then I found out they had an anime, so I watched it. But I cannot remember if I watched the anime first or the manga. So it's kind of a toss-up. Younger me has a shitty memory. I can't recall. But I can remember the story. And why am I specifically talking about Katekyo Hitman Reborn? It's because I was thinking, what other anime do I want to see get remade? Because Katekyo Hitman Reborn, as I said, has an anime, but they only made it up to the future arc. And the future arc, I think the manga was like a arc ahead or two of the anime. So, they're really at the precipice of the ending of Katekyo Hitman Reborn. I think they only have 4 or 3 arcs left after the future arc. That's season 9 of Katekyo Hitman Reborn, if I can recall it properly. But yeah, they're literally so close to the ending. And although I'm not a fan of the ending, honestly, I think the last chapter was shit. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they rushed the author, the creator of the manga, but oh my gosh, I hated the ending. It was like a slap on the face of the journey that the main character went through. And oh my gosh, I think I can talk about that in a more full-length episode. Well, not episode of Rattler Talks, but more specifically a video on Katekyo Hitman Reborn. I can talk about that like in a different video as its own topic. So another one I was thinking of was No Exorcist. I was actually reading fanfics about it. Yes, I am a prolific fanfic reader. I really wanted to get into, sometimes when I get into a fandom, I read the oh my god, what was that? I read the fan fiction and then I binge read all of the major ones that I find interesting, and then I stop enjoying it. Well, I stop enjoying it, but more like I find a new fandom to get into, or other obligations, and then I come back to the fandom after some time, and usually new authors who somehow know about this old as fuck anime or manga, or it's such a small fandom, and I'm like, oh wow, thank you so much for writing a fanfic about this very old anime. And No Exorcist, I feel like, had a second chance with the Kyoto arc, but even the Kyoto arc that was developed was not even the full length of the Kyoto arc that's in the manga. I don't blame the first season of No Exorcist, because at the time the manga and anime were sort of neck and neck, I guess you could say. So when they had the season finale for season 1, the manga, there was no content from the manga, right? And the mangaka, I think, was busy or something. Obviously I can't back this up with facts and evidence, but from what I remember, I think that was the reasoning. And that's why when the second season, or the Kyoto arc for No Exorcist came out, they retroactively they started at the Amaimon and the Rin fight, and basically just ignored what happens after that in the original first season. And I feel like No Exorcist deserves a chance to have its story told, because it is getting so good. The drama, the revelation, the plot twists, and all that, it really went from I guess you could say stereotypical shonen to a more serious anime. Not that I'm saying that all shonen don't have serious moments, but I feel like, usually when shonen, you have the idyllic, relaxing arc where everyone's sort of like innocent, and then you get to the climax of the anime or the manga, and then you get the depressed, everyone's like dying, everyone's missing, everyone's suffering era of the anime and all that. So I think that's where the manga is at, and I feel like it's really getting to a good point because they're already introducing all these cool concepts, cool villains, cool ideas. I just really feel like No Exorcist has the potential to be a banger, because it is good. I feel like with nowadays with a good studio like Mappa or like anyone, I think, because the fights are decent. I think I would really love to see the flames in the newer animation styles that new animes have. I just come on, man. Blah. I just really, really want to see No Exorcist on the big screen again. I have a lot of stake into it, okay? I commissioned, back when I was in elementary, and the college or university that was connected to my elementary had a event going on. It was like a family day or something. They had an anime club, and I noticed that one of them were like a cosplayer, and I commissioned them for a Kurikara sword. That's the sword of Rin Okumura in No Exorcist. I paid 500 pesos for that. Back then, that was a lot of money, especially for a kid, right? So yeah, it was so good. The details were perfect and everything. Nowadays, it's not in good condition. It's made out of wood, so obviously the sword itself is a-okay, but the handle and the scabbard, not so much. It's definitely been abused, so to speak. But yeah, I really loved it. I wish I had a formal, katana stand for it. I mean, I would probably be displaying it wrong, but at least, it's there. I would definitely be displaying the handle on the left side because I'm left-handed, so, And I've seen a lot of videos about those who are katana enthusiasts. You could say that, no, that's not the right way to hold it, blah, 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 and all that. Anyway, I should move on from No Exorcist. Oh, man. I could just make a whole nother video for that. Oh, gosh. Maybe this wasn't the right choice because all the old anime I really like, so I have a lot of things to say. I just don't want to take the time to script. Oh man. Anyway, next is Air Gear as well. Honestly, Air Gear is the one that had a really cool opening. I remember, I still do listen to it sometimes because it's so good. It's such a banger, and I really love the concept of skating on it's like skating parkour, or would you just call it regular skating? I don't know, but I call it skating parkour because of the high-tech gadget they have for the skates, and as well as I think it's, I don't remember if they're gang type, anime, because there was some fighting. One of the other characters was called a shark or something. I think they were non-binary, right? I mean, obviously he's gonna be male, right? But the way that I remembered that guy, I think that they were they didn't really have a distinct gender, which I really like, Speaking of non-specific gendered characters in old anime and manga, Soul Eater has one. I also don't remember the name. Oh man, really showing my prowess in anime and manga. It's been such a long time. Okay, I still remember the ending of Soul Eater, but I can't recall most of the names of the obviously the main crew I can remember just fine, but outside of that, it's a bit hard for me to remember. What was her name? Kara? That dude. They said like the translator was like, oh, they were using she her, but then they changed it to he him, and then non-binary and all that. I think Kara works as because their design is very ambiguous, and I really like that. I mean, I say ambiguous for an anime, which I really like. They're like the apprentice of Medusa. Am I remembering Soul Eater right? But yeah, like clearly whenever people are like, oh, the LGBT ruin anime, I'm like, have you even watched old anime and old manga? Like gender, at least when it comes to like gender identity and all that, anime and manga have some representation, but you could argue that they're not good representation, but at least it wasn't like mocking not the transgender characters. They're really not being respectful. Not most of them are played as jokes in old anime and old manga, so forget what I said. Oh my god. Anyway, stepping way over that landmine, another one is Ouran High School Host Club. I feel like, because the manga is completed, the story is done. I actually haven't read the manga, but I know who Haruhi ends up with in the end. But I'm not gonna say it out loud in case I'm wrong. And I don't want to retroactively retract my mistake or something. Oh man. But I do want to see the whole crew again, Ouran High School Host Club is such a good anime. I really loved Haruhi's quote. Let me just, anime quote. She said something about gender that I really liked, and it stuck to me as I grew up. And I guess you could blame anime for giving me a LGBTQ plus perspective on things, but I really, really liked her. Because like Haruhi is such a, if they said that she was a boy, no one would fucking question it, right? But such a gender obscure character. I like it. Gender obscure? What the fuck is this? Some true crime shit? Here it is. I just don't think it's all that important. Why should I care about appearances and labels anyway? I mean, all that really matters is what's on the inside, right? And that quote from Fujioka Haruhi really stuck to me, and that's how I viewed gender. Like, why the hell should I care whether you're this, you're that, whether your pronouns are this or that, when what matters is whether I like you as a character, as a person character. What the hell am I, Sunny V2? Right? So honestly, that's like what stuck with me. Like, I should not be judging someone by the color of their skin, the identity, their gender, whatever, as long as their attitude, personality, values, and ethics fit with me as a person. And usually that just, like, my values and ethics are the basic shit, right? I think most people would agree that do unto others what you want others to do unto you, the golden rule and shit. So yeah, and I feel like Ouran High School Host Club is such a timeless piece of story. I mean, I guess, younger generation would argue with the harem aspect and the host club aspect in a high school setting. But it's not like they were, it's not like the hosts or like dating teachers or like playing, catering to adult, how do you say this, customers. They were just also rich fucking students as well. Yeah, it's just the indulgence of rich teenagers. That's all. I don't think it should be much of a complaint. I guess Honey being like, what does Twitter use the term? What term was it? I'm stuttering because I don't know what the term is and I can't formulate my sentence because I'm trying to think of the word. Minor code. That's it. Because like Honey and technically by virtue all Lolly and Shota characters are all minor coded. I say this with like quotation marks, and anyway, it's like it's Twitter. They'll always find something to argue about. And then lastly, what I think should be remade is 07 Ghost. Now 07 Ghost is one of the first animes aside from Katekyo Hitman Reborn's openings that I tried to remember a song. 07 Ghost had this song. It wasn't an opening and ending, I don't think. I don't remember though. It's called Raggs Requiem. And I remember being so into the haunting aspect of Raggs Requiem that I remembered or memorized it. I had like multiple copies of the lyrics, the Romanji. I printed it, I typed it, and by type I mean I wrote it down on my notebook. I had a notebook for like anime song lyrics. I don't judge me, okay? I don't have any means to get merch and all that. I just had my notebook. So basically, forgive me. I will attempt to sing. Can I even sing while I'm this sick? Let me just clear my throat. 1, 2, 3, go. 星に雪に記憶に君の足跡探すどうかとあの安らぎここは夢の途中でor something like that. Oh my gosh. Kind of cringe. Oh, I have to muffle myself. Oh, my nose is clogged. My voice is not good. But I still attempted to sing even though I'm not the best. But yeah, that song was like really iconic to young me. I really like to sing it. I remember when I was in church because my family is Roman Catholic. Whenever they had like a singing part, I would hum this in my brain so I wouldn't get bored. Oh man, God is striking me down. I have a one-way ticket to hell, baby. But yeah, I feel like, because 07 Ghost, all of the anime I said except for No Exorcist are all completed. Their stories are gone and done, but I feel like it should be readapted to a newer audience or remastered. It doesn't have to even be new. Just let new anime fans discover these anime because I think they have potential. I think they would, their stories and their stuff are all timeless. They're really solid anime. And while I was looking at my list and I was thinking of the last one, I realized I did not mention Kaichu wa Maid-sama. It's basically a anime where the student president who's a female, Misaki, is who was made president by a school that was previously an all-boys school became a mixed sex school, and this new guy Usui discovers that the president Misaki works part-time as a maid in a maid cafe, and it's really sweet, it's really wholesome. I really love the romance between Usui and Misaki. There wasn't really a lot of what you would call toxic or unhealthy depictions of romance. But then again, I haven't seen Kaicho wa Maid-sama for a very long time, but I have read the manga. Of course, I've read the manga. The ending was so good. I really like. They were high school sweethearts. They, got married at the end. Oh my gosh, it's making me cry just thinking about it. Just kidding. But yeah, it was really good. It was really wholesome. I loved the beginning to end. The anime did not finish the manga. I think they only had 2 seasons, and I'm just like, oh man, come on, please, I'm begging you. Usui Takumi was like the Gojo Satoru of like shoujo for a very long time, and I feel like it's such a dishonor to his legacy that the newer generation don't know him. I'm like, come on man, you gotta, like, Usui Takumi, man, we have to introduce him to the newer generation of anime fans. We need to re-adapt the story of Kaicho wa Maid-sama. Come on, make a new anime for it, like they did with Fruits Basket. Honestly, granted, I have not seen the original Fruits Basket and the new one. I don't know if it's a remake or a continuation of their story, but either way, I feel guilty. But it was on my watch list. But nowadays, I'm not really into shoujo. I don't have the optimism for it, I guess you could say. So I haven't been really getting into the shoujo genre. And anyway, furthering, we're gonna talk about anime openings and endings, specifically old ones, and my general opinion when it comes to anime openings and endings. Oh my gosh. So when it comes to anime openings and endings, if I hear the first few notes of it and it doesn't fit the vibe of the anime or the manga, I usually just skip it. I mean, generally my my motto when it comes to anime openings and endings, skip. Because anime those memes of people recreating anime scenes, and they always have spoilers in it, or symbolism, or future characters that only manga readers will catch. And no, I don't care if I don't know them in the story. If I see them in the opening, it ruins all the sense of oh my gosh, they're there, oh my gosh, it's him, it's her, it's the anime manga character I've been waiting for, blah blah blah. I don't like it. And as well as because it's such a cliche that for example, shonen anime openings, you have the main character, you have the cast, and then you have the fight with the first enemy, and then the powers, and then the main villain who's only shown in a frame, and then you have the female interest who gets a couple of scenes with the main character. We get the friendship scene, and then we get a shot of the sky zooming up. It's a whole thing. People have made memes about that. So I don't want to get spoiled by the opening and ending. I usually just skip until I am at the last episode, and then after I finish the anime, I will then, if I want to, listen to the opening and ending. I think the only anime that I haven't skipped out on, aside from the old animes, It's like Iruma-kun. Because the endings are so fun. I remember binge watching the first season of the anime because I haven't read the manga. I first started Iruma-kun when they had like an anime on. They had like the episodes on Netflix, and I binge watched it. It was like 12 a.m. like 11 p.m. to like 3 in the morning. And oh my gosh, the ending. I never skipped any of the ending. I was like dancing. I was vibing. If you watch my first episode, if my first video on this channel, it's a picture of Iruma-kun, and as well as the title of Unforgettable Anime Openings. And yes, the opening and the ending always re-energized me to fucking finish the 25 episodes of the show. I fucking finished until 3 a.m. baby. I didn't sleep for that shit. So yeah, aside from that, if I do like, forget that there's a skip button, or I have something to do in the background, I just let the music play. I usually listen to it, and if I like it, I will not skip the next couple of episodes unless we're getting to like the good parts of the anime, and then I will have to skip so that I don't ruin my like immersion of the story of the anime, right? So aside from that, I wanted to talk about Wandance or Wandance. In the anime planet, the alternate title is WON, while the title itself is WANDANCE, so Wandance. And it's basically an anime dance. I think it's contemporary. I have the link of the Anime Planet Wandance summary here. I will just read it out. Kaboku has always just gone with the flow, marching in step to the drumbeat of the expectations of those around him. Parents, school, plans for the future. It feels predictable, safe, and empty. But one night, Kaboku's at school late, and he happens on a girl alone, moving wildly, turning a blank space of concrete into canvas. This is Hikari Wanda, a member of the hip-hop dance club. Oh, it's a hip-hop. So Kaboku is immediately smitten, but the road to stepping out of his shell is a long one. The club is almost entirely girls. Wow. And they're all, way better than him. What's ahead is unknown, and that's terrifying. But it also means, for the first time in Kaboku's life, a taste of freedom. So the tags are romance, seinen, dancing, school club, and school life. There's 49 chapters, and I have chapter 1. I've read through it before I started making this Rattler Talks episode 2. I will be reading it after, and then I'm gonna have a separate review up for it. I mean, I don't need to say the word review because that's not my video for it. As well as what started me talking about episode 2 in the first place, or wanting to record episode 2, is Imperfect Girl. So Imperfect Girl, or Shoujo Fujubin. Oh my gosh, I was so confident in saying that too, but it was wrong. Shoujo Fujubin. Why am I saying it as bin when it's fucking literally just a couple of U's then? Oh my gosh. Me being sick is like the worst. Oh man. So anyway, I didn't realize I reviewed this, but I did. October 18, 2019. Jesus Christ. Back then when things were different. Oh man, poor me. The things that I got myself into. Like, if I could talk to this previous version of me, I'd be like, watch out for 2019 and 2020, man. They'll fucking get you. I mean, to be honest, when did the Pan-pan start? I kind of forgot. The years have been a blur to me. So anyway, my review is something along the lines of, this story has everything you could ever need in an unsettling horror story, from the characters' individual presence to how they interact with themselves, to the reveal and the slow rise of the twist of the story. It's not a supernatural horror story as you'd think from the presence of the symbolism, but it's something deeper than that. The characters themselves, I feel, have formed something akin to that of folie de deux because of their circumstances. The story is grounded in almost something you can see on the news, where the narrator could have been exaggerating a few parts or hyperbolized some of the scenarios. The fact that this is totally plausible and yet implausible makes this story a wonderful read. It doesn't linger too long. It remains some of its mysterious elements, but it told the story and it left with a deep impression on the readers that I don't think will ever be forgotten. I don't know what accent I ended up with. I'm so sorry. But yeah. Oh my gosh, man. I'm so. If you don't know, folie de deux. You know what? I'm gonna open something because I hate saying foreign words out loud because I know I will mess it up. But basically, this French word is a medical term or like a disorder that I first heard about from the fandom Hannibal, BBC's Hannibal with Mads Mikkelsen. We're gonna open a how to pronounce folie à deux. Because I know the X is silent.
Looking at how to pronounce this expression, as well as how to say more confusing vocabulary that too many mispronounce, so make sure to stay tuned to the channel for reference. In French it is said as folie à deux.
I was right, folie à deux. I mean, let's not add that fucking cringe, whatever accent I was trying to pull off. But basically, yeah, it's folie à deux is a. Why did I remove the tab I had on to help me explain it? Is also known as shared psychosis or shared delusional disorder, is a collection of rare psychiatric syndromes in which symptoms of a delusional belief or sometimes hallucinations are transmitted from one individual to another. So, yes. Folie à trois is for 3 people. Folie à deux is 2 people who share it. So, yeah, you can clearly tell I was in my Hannibal era when I was writing this. But Imperfect Girl, I want to make a review of it. I mean, talk about it. But at the same time, it's like, I just realized, like, have you seen my entire collection of videos that I have up on my channel? Like, they're all horror. I mean, I love horror mangas, right? And all that. You can call my taste questionable. I don't really care. Sometimes I'm not in it for the story. I'm in it for the artist. But let's see. I have Into the Macabre, Mushihime, or Insect Princess. That's a horror. Hell's Kitchen is not necessarily a horror. It's like a Shogugeki no Shoma with the typical shonen, like exaggeration of anime that you would typically have. And we have Brutal Satsujin Kisatsukun Kan no. You know what? I'm just gonna say it in English. I say I'm gonna say the title in English because I clearly butchered the Japanese title, but I can't even remember what the English title is. The Confessions of a Homicidal Detective. I think that's it. Or a homicide detective. The Brutal Confessions of a Homicide Detective. That's horror. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I have had more horror in my Google Docs to talk about, but I just haven't published it. And I do have a collection of like really funny horror. When I say funny horror, I mean the story doesn't make sense. The translation or the scanlation team that fucking translated it is fucking wacky as fuck. But oh man, I love the visuals of it. It's really campy. It's really irreverent, whatever that word means. A lot of critics like to use it, so I'm just gonna yoink that term. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna try my best to not post any of my horror manga anime videos until Halloween. So at least I have a stockpile of videos for Halloween, right? But for now, I'm gonna finish reading Wondance. I'm gonna make a video on it, and I don't know if I will finish editing and making my Blue Lock video because it's kind of shit, honestly. I mean, all of the contents in the script is kind of Oh my gosh, I don't know how to drink anymore. Okay, I'm making a mess. I'm sick. It's 8:30. I need to make notes for my exam tomorrow, and I will try my best not to cry as I break down. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble. As always, I don't know why I'm literally saying this at the end of the video, but timestamps are in the description. I don't know if I will also be posting them in the comments, but if I do post it in the comments as well, I'm gonna pin it. And that's all. If you have any discussion points to talk to me about, comment them down below so I can talk about them in the next episode. And I don't know, whatever. I don't know if I should make an intro and outro to this because I said unedited and unfiltered, but that basically just means that whatever I say is unedited and unfiltered, and I don't add any other visuals aside from what I have. So whatever. I don't know, I'm still hesitating. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.